3 in 2 and in 1. Live in your Raymuir studio, Tony Basilio reporting. Tennessee wins tonight 99-61 over the Ice Handler and the Rice Handlers, as Tennessee gets 28 points off their bench, 52 points in the paint, a dunk-a-thon at times, the game ending in an embrace with Rick Barnes and the Ice Handler at midcourt, as Tennessee's foray through Quad 4 continues. The Vols improved to 4-0 on the year. And what a special surprise. Hey, you know when the Ice Handler comes to town, you know we got special surprises for you here on the Garza Law Tennessee Basketball Overtime. That's exactly what we have tonight. Because T-G to the M to the D returns one more time on Garza Law Tennessee Basketball Overtime. Matt, how did it feel to hang with the basketball Vols on a Monday night, my friend?
Pretty good. Good to be back on, treating it like a March game, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
But no, it's a really good performance by Tennessee, took care of business. Inferior competition, shut down the opponent's best player, which happens a number of times, especially in these early season non-conference games where they really game plan to shut a guy down and the guy just couldn't make any shots. But a really good performance all around. Ament was really good. Gillespie really good. Agpara, got some scoring going. Jalen Carey gave you some really good minutes, especially in the first half. Berg hit some threes. So about as complete a game as you can ask for.
The Vols looked, dare I say, like they're rounding in the form almost. For the first time tonight, that collection of players looked like a basketball team, if anybody knows what I'm saying.
We need to worry about, hopefully, Estrella's not hurt too bad.
Oh, that was awful, man.
So that's what we're waiting on.
Scary stuff with Estrella. Let's go to the phones. 865-200-5402. It's Garza Law, Tennessee Basketball Overtime, presented by Marcus Garza, your Garza Law firm. Matt Dixon's in the house. Yeah, when Estrella went down, I'm over here holding my breath, feeling so terribly for him. And I think Dane Bradshaw speaks for all of us when he said, man, that just really sucks. And, man, that really sucks. But here we are, making it happen with you. Rice is a nice team, Matt. Rice isn't bad. They're not bad. They're not bad. That's not a horrible team Rice has. Not horrible.
I mean, no, they're not awful, but they're not very good.
Yep.
They have no real inside game.
Yes.
They can't. I think they're like third worst in the country in 2-point field goal percentage entering the game, which they don't play a handful of games, but that's not good. Tennessee dominated them inside, which they've kind of done all year. But I guess they're all right. They're a bunch of new guys too. Like a lot of these teams, it's a bunch of new pieces you're trying to put together. So
let's do this. The phone calls are on the other side. 865-200-5402. Let's get our first Terrell Owens, get it out of the way so we'll get some calls in. We want to hear from you at 865-200-5402 after this. You're tuned to Garza Law. Tennessee Basketball Overtime, presented by Marcos Garza and my Garza Law firm and your Garza Law firm. Folks that live, work, worship with us, play with us in our community, work around us, not carpetbaggers. They're online at garzalaw.com. Your go-to law firm. DUI defense, criminal defense, personal injury, Social Security, disability, a myriad of other matters pertaining to the law. Don't play around. This is your life. Available 24/7 at garzalaw.com. Also, special shout out to our friends at WeShipFloors.com. We ship floors where the pricing's insane. The Supercore floor is the real deal Holyfield. And for right now, you're invited to head over to the website and take advantage through this holiday season. Ladies and gentlemen, what am I talking about? I'm talking about the sale. I'm talking about put the promo code Tony in and you'll get 45% off. Put the promo code NEGADAVE in for 35% off, and that's the sale going on through the holiday over at WeShipFloors.com. feedthefloors.com. Shout out to Alan and the gang at We Ship Floors. Also, speaking of the holiday, ladies and gentlemen, my friends at Calhoun's, feed the family for the holidays. You got it. Hot and ready smoked turkey. Do you have a Feed 5 or a Feed 10 option? Or hot and ready smoked prime rib. It's all fresh, it's all delicious, and you'll get more at holidayfeedpacks.com. Again, holidayfeedpacks.com. All the information you need. And we're also presented by our friends at T3 Vodka. Score a T3 every single time with Tennessee's premium vodka. Handcrafted with passion, precision, and a whole lot of pride. T3 Vodka taking our volunteer state by storm. T3 Vodka. Handcrafted in the majesty of the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains, where quality isn't just a promise, but a way of life. Filtered 10 times, 80 proof. A smoothness unmatched. T3 is a 5-time gold medal winning vodka. And the 2025 SIPS Consumer Choice Award medal winner. Whether you're sipping it neat on the rocks or mixing your favorite cocktail, T3 Vodka, your choice for a premium award-winning experience. Hit a T33 and ask for T3 Vodka by name at your local restaurant or at your wine and liquor store. Distributed by Athens Distributing, and please drink responsibly. And speaking of responsibly, let's now get back to more on your Garza Law Tennessee basketball overtime. Tennessee so impressive tonight. That inside-outside game, working all the dunks. They were 9 of 9 on the night. Several alley-oops. Lanier looking more, or Gillespie rather, looking more and more and more and more at home at point guard for the Vols. So here we are. Tennessee really looked like a solid basketball team tonight. Never trailed in the game. Go to the phones. We'll get as many people in here as humanly possible. And TLD Logistics over on your Tennessee basketball overtime presented by Marcos Garza, the Garza Law Firm. Your TLD Logistics phone lines. Hi, welcome in. You're on the air.
Hey, what's up, guys? Josh.
There he is. Bada bingo. Under Wingo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Tony, what did you and Matt think about Felix Okpar's performance tonight? 8 for 10 from the field and 20 points.
Matt, what did you make of Okpara this evening?
Best offensive game he's had here by a pretty wide margin. Even had a couple of nice assists in the first half.
Sure did.
No, he looked really good. Looked really comfortable out there. Not sure he'll have an expanded offensive game in league play once it gets serious, but it's good to see him dominate inferior competition tonight.
What do you guys think Barnes will think of the turnovers when he looks at the stat sheet? 11 turnovers and 4 from Gillespie.
It'll give him something to teach off, but, at the end of the day, Gillespie's looking more and more comfortable at point guard and turning the ball over 4 times. He played 33 tonight. Eventually, he's going to play 38 to 40. I mean, you can live with 4 turnovers with him. 8 assists. I mean, it's not ideal, but again, it's November.
Tony, how about our boy Jalen Carey giving us some minutes tonight?
How about Jalen Carey? He's like rounding into shape. He actually looks like he can get up and down the floor without wincing now.
Yeah. 9 points, 5 rebounds, and he had 2 dimes.
You got it.
Yep. Guys, great win, and let's win Thursday and go 5-0 to Vegas. Have a great night.
Yay, boy. Let's keep going through. Let's rip through Quad 4. That's what I say. Tennessee State up next on the Quad 4 World Tour. If you want to get in, 865-200-5402, our next call. Hi, welcome in. You're on the air.
Hey, guys, Dave.
Hey, Dave, welcome in.
I mean, they were okay, Tony. They weren't great. And I'm still to the point where where's your scoring going to come from the perimeter? Consistent scoring. You got Gillespie, okay. Amen can't shoot.
Can't shoot,
you can't
Dave?
Shoot.
Can't shoot.
You can't shoot.
Is that why?
Scored like 20 points in each game so far?
Is that why Barnes told the crew tonight that he's going to play some 2-guard this year before it's over because he can't shoot?
Well, I'm just talking about your outside shooting.
He can't shoot.
We don't have an outside. I mean, we'd be really easy to defend on the perimeter.
Okay.
We don't have another.
We'll
I
see.
mean, I'm just telling you. Every one of those guys, McNeely, even that last kid they brought in, the guy that was at Oklahoma last year, that he's at Vanderbilt.
Mm-hmm. Vanderbilt's ripping up the nets,
have you watched
man.
Vanderbilt this year?
Oh, Vanderbilt's killing it.
They will destroy it.
Oh, Dave, the game's won in defense. Come on, Dave. Don't
right.
fall for the eye candy. You know better than that.
I mean, I don't even think we're that good defensively.
Dave, I defend you to the haters, and then you come with stuff like that on a post-game show. Come on now.
Well, the two guard that number 77 can't play.
Dave, that's what you say after a game like tonight?
Well, I'm looking. You think we could have lined up and played with Auburn last night?
Auburn what?
Did you not watch Auburn last night
Auburn
against Houston?
And Houston falling short by 2 points? I mean, what, are they going for the November World Championship, Dave?
No, I think they lost by a point, but that's okay.
Okay, what are we going for, the November World Championship?
They
Dave?
also went to overtime with Bethune-Cookman.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Matt.
Well,
it's a basketball game, Dave. Relax.
I'm just telling you, he should have gone out and got a proven to a guy. I mean, a Lanier. We've been lucky to have Lanier last year, and we had the All-American the Connect the year before. We have nobody on our team like that, and that's big because this team, when it comes down to crunch time,
so Ament's not.
Who's going to score?
Ament and Gillespie are not those type of players that can lead you late. Is that what you're saying?
Right.
You really believe that?
I think Gillespie has a better chance.
Okay.
Ament can't shoot.
Matt,
I'm telling you, he can't shoot, Tony.
Matt, can you imagine watching Nate Ament play basketball, who can get his shot from anywhere on the floor right now?
Well, it doesn't matter if he can't make it if it doesn't go in.
And coming to the conclusion, Matt, that he can't shoot the basketball when he was 6 of 13 from the field tonight. Dave, he's shooting. Come on, Dave.
He's shooting 20% from 3-point land so far.
Dave, it'll improve. Once he gets his court time, it'll improve. Come on, man. You know better than that.
Well, our bet's still on because I still think they're a 500 team at best in the SEC. Y'all, good night.
865-200-5402. As Dave jumps off, you jump on. It's Garza Law, Tennessee Basketball Overtime, a late night edition. Hi, you're on the air.
Well, I called in 30 minutes before the game was over so I could say, hey, guys, Dave, man's not a efficient scorer. He was only 6 of 9 from 2 for 67% from 2, and he only shot 7 of 9, 78% from the foul line. But Dave was still in front of me, so couldn't do it.
There you go.
Seeing JP down there on the end of the bench with ice on the front of his knee and no brace is a pretty good sign that it's a bone bruise or probably a straight back hyperextension. So who knows how long he's out, but I would venture a guess that it's not a ligament damage thing without being in a brace when they let him back out on the court. Probably wouldn't have been out on the court at all.
I agree with that.
If it was something torn.
Yeah, if that's what they thought. If that's what they thought, they wouldn't have had him back out there. I agree with that.
Yeah.
That's scary looking, man, when he went down. And he's had such a great resurgence here. It'd be so heartbreaking to that kid if something catastrophic injury-wise happened to him again.
Yeah, he was cheering pretty good from the sideline too. He was high-fiving the guys when they were coming off the court.
Yeah.
Didn't seem to be devastated mentally either. And the test they can do to your leg, that they got to do an MRI eventually if they think there's something. But they're like 80% on. They can tell when an ACL's blown without the MRI. They still do it, but anyway. 6 of 19 from 3. What is that? 32.5%, something like that. I mean, it's not great, but looks like Berg and Gillespie are going to be pretty good shooters.
Yeah, I think Berg got some confidence tonight. He made a couple threes, and I think Gillespie's 1 3 was very nice looking there with the one that just looked so pure. and hit nothing but
Yep.
net. I mean, it literally, you couldn't have shot it any better than that.
Yeah, he was 3 of 6, and Berg was 3 of 5. That was the 6 makes. Nobody else made one. But all in all, they were dominant. I think Vegas the predictor had the game at 82-60 was the thought to be scored, and what did it end up? 91.
91-66, yeah.
They barely missed covering.
Yep.
Yeah, 28 and a half was the cover.
Yep.
But,
yeah,
I mean, you're splitting hairs because, I mean, you won by 25 points against a team, you weren't favored, but 27. So,
yeah.
You have to take it.
So, we'll see what happens when we get to Vegas. That's really, we're just playing practice games.
Oh, it's
right
all the
now.
same.
Do you think the Houston game's in play after they nearly lost to Auburn?
Any game's in play, Bri. Houston only returned 3 key players off last year's team. They're young. Everybody's got new basketball teams here. Of course, it's in play.
They're not last year's Houston.
No.
The first game of the season, they fooled around more than we have in any of our bye games.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, it's in play. Who knows? Who knows if JP's back by then? I mean, there's so many factors. Who knows if Barnes plays it like a real basketball game and runs sets and shortens up the bench, or if he keeps just working on stuff when we go out to Vegas. Who knows?
Yeah, it's all going to be really interesting. I'm looking forward to
it will
talking
be. Thanks,
to people.
buddy.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to visiting with some folks behind the scenes. Matt, any other thoughts on our first couple calls here before we go back to the phones at 865-200-5402?
No, and you scored 91 points and only made 6 threes. So you found a way to score in a couple of different ways. Obviously, just pounding it inside and on the offensive glass it's been big. We'll see how much that continues when the competition steps up and you face similar type athletes. But yeah, I mean, Gillespie, I assume all off season, the majority of his focus was on defense.
Mm-hmm.
Playing for Barnes, so that's probably why he's not been great out of the gate offensively. But you know what you're getting in him.
Yep.
I mean, he's like a 40% career 3-point shooter.
Mm-hmm.
Was on a Sweet 16 team last year.
Mm-hmm.
2 years at Belmont was really good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's just kind of a winning point guard. So Berg stepping up. If he can knock down 2 or 3 shots a game, that's huge for you. Whether that's in a starting role or just coming off the bench seems more likely. But I do agree with Dave. You've got to figure out the 2-guard situation at some point, but you've still got, 10 games or so before you have to really start having an answer for that.
And it isn't like Dave to hit the panic button. That's really not his nature. But the thing about this team is there are just so many choices that you have. And it would be a shame if the 2-guard becomes a bugaboo that sort of haunts them, because you've got some guys there, some possibilities. I don't know what Amari Abrams' short-term future is with the club. I have no idea. He played 22 minutes tonight, got up 7 shots. He was 1 of 7 from the field, missed a couple 3 balls, doesn't look extremely comfortable. I thought he did a real nice job of sharing the ball, but from that position, you need somebody to score. Obviously, Ethan Berg, as Brian pointed out earlier, Ethan Berg's starting to look, like a little more comfortable here. And it'll be interesting to see how he handles when they go to Vegas, beginning with the Rutgers game, just the more physical play that you're going to see when you step up in competition. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and jump back to our phones. Tennessee had 9 dunks on the night. They were really attacking the 10. They were sharing the extra pass down low. The Phillips kid's a great athlete. We hope and pray Estrella's okay, because he is, he's just one of my favorite players here in a long time. He is so damn athletic, man. And it's a shame because he's lost a little bit of his athleticism from some of these injuries. He was freako athletic before. But, I thought Tennessee was okay defensively tonight. They're not great. Like Matt said, it looks like they're still struggling with some concepts and this, that, and the other. But let's go back to the phones. Boswell held out again tonight with the lower leg issue. Hello and welcome in. You're on the air.
Tony B, it's Zach in the big town of E. What is up?
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
Man, I like four victories. Does that count as one quad one? Is what I'm wondering tonight.
There you go, man. 4 quarters equal $1.
Yeah, I thought it was funny. The announcers kept referring to Rice's leading scorer, and he was 0 for 16 at one point.
Yep.
You gotta love it. I guess was that Barnes teaching them how to zero in on somebody?
I thought it was a really good sign because at times our 2 guard was one of the guys that went out there and took him away, which I was kind of impressed with. Tennessee was Matt. They just decided defensively tonight that kid wasn't going to get any. That was some old school stuff from us tonight, Matt.
Correct, and the physicality,
Yep.
the ball pressure that he's obviously not used to,
Yep.
and didn't handle well, and he probably rushed some shots and took some ill-advised shots. So yeah, they definitely took him away. Again, they do that a handful of times each year, especially in these early non-conference games. They'll do that when a team has a clear best scorer, and then of course they'll do it in league play to some guys too. But yeah, tonight that guy was. Probably the worst game that guy's ever going to play.
Broadnax.
And I think Barnes kind of knows that. And each coach knew each other's sets.
Sure.
They're familiar with each other, so that's part of it.
I like their hug at midcourt. Barnes loves that guy. He likes the handler. The great Mark Griffin was over there tonight. See the handler. The handler's like family. You start talking about the ice handler. No, that's like
the Rice
family.
handler.
But the Rice handler tonight, he's gonna put his give that Broadnax kid a lifesaver later on tonight and say, kid, you were 0 of 16 from the field, brah, and you were 0 of 8 from 3-point land. Goodness gracious, man.
Tony and Brian and Matt, I keep calling this the Bizarro. Like Superman, there's Bizarro Superman. He's got a beard or whatever. This is like the Bizarro Barnes team where it's, heavy front court. And there's what I'm getting at is we're looking good on the oops and some movement downside, but I think we only had I want to say 4 threes maybe for the night. I was going to get your take on that. Also wanted to just before I go, I think Mint has a beautiful free throw stroke, but the rest of them guys, I'm not so sure. We need to work on getting to the line. But I was going to see what y'all thought about our outside shooting game and. I'll hang up and listen off air, and I hope you talked about Stephen F. and Pearl today because I don't know if you did or not.
No, I didn't. It's not on my radar yet, man.
All right.
Why did he blow a game last night?
Huh?
Did he blow the game or they just get beat?
He went after the refs after the Houston game.
I didn't see
lost
it.
By 1 point.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Oh.
I'm gonna look it up. Tell me about it.
Bruce was in the stands. He was in the stands.
Let's go. Let's
from 10 rows up.
Like he was at West
High
School.
He was still coaching.
Like he was at West High School. The
Pearls he didn't get thrown out, I don't think.
The Pearls are going to be, how do we say this? I'm trying to put this in a very delicate way. A white trash circus this year before it's over down there. No
They're
offense
like the
to them.
Kardashians.
Yeah, they really are. It's going to be like a white trash circus.
See you guys.
Have a good one. I mean, Matt, can you say that, or is that politically incorrect to say white trash circus, Matt? I mean, I guess I can say anything I want to say. It's my party, and I cry if I want to.
Say whatever. So
all right.
It's interesting that Pearls is as involved and invested publicly as he appears he's going to be. I think that's interesting.
Well, Pearl, he's got one gear, man. What do you think he's going to sit over there like Mike Krzyzewski?
I mean, he'll probably be down on the end of the bench at some point.
Oh yeah, he's going to stumble out there like
which would actually that'd be fun as hell.
Hell yeah!
He sits right behind the bench.
Yes,
acts like one of the 15 analysts these teams have.
Well, what would be fun is if he comes stumbling out onto the court like that scene in Hoosiers and goes after a referee and goes after a ref. And they're ushering him out of the arena that he's named after. We come back on the other side. I got to look that up. I love I love those guys. We'll get some more calls in. It is Garza Law, Tennessee basketball overtime. Actually, I don't love Steven. I think he's kind of a clown, but more after this. We'll get you back momentarily to another action-packed episode, or this action-packed episode of Garza Law, Tennessee basketball overtime, presented by Marcos Garza and the Garza Law Firm, online at garzalaw.com. Special shout out to our friends at TLD Logistics, who provide your phone activity. My friends at TLD Logistics are online at tldlogistics.com. Whatever your shipping need, TLD Logistics has you covered. Also, a special shout out to Waterside Contracting. Maybe you have a dream. Maybe, this wintertime you're starting to think, I need to buy some land. I need to build on it. Waterside Contracting is your ticket. 25 years of making dreams come true for hundreds in our area. Whether it's custom homes or remodels, Waterside Contracting will build on your lot. They do incredible work all over the area. Check out the website, watersidecontractingllc.com. That's watersidecontractingllc.com. Quality without compromise, Waterside Contracting. When it's time for a fresh coat of paint, look, you're not going to run. You're not going to walk. You're going to run. That's what I'm trying to say to Walker's Painting. Walker's Painting, interior and exterior. Walker's Painting, making it beautiful since 1999 across our Knoxville area. New construction, repaints, commercial, free estimates available. And get this, mention you heard about it right here on Garza Law, Tennessee basketball overtime. 10% off your first job. Let's go! Run. Don't walk to Walker's Painting. 865-688-1410. That's 865-688-1410. Walker's Painting. You can check out the link if you forgot the number on our website over at tclub.team. And one other note for you before we get you back to the action. Living Vol fan, make Alumni Hall your one-stop shop for the Vol fans on your shopping list this holiday season. Come on, there's nothing better than your favorite Tennessee gear under the tree, whether it's a nice polo shirt or a new hoodie or something for that man cave. Pop in and see my friends at Alumni Hall, and pop your friends with something new from Alumni Hall, the best selection of Tennessee gear. Alumni Hall, 3 Knoxville locations, also in Bristol, Johnson City, Murfreesboro, and alumnihall.com. It's easy to have a big orange holiday. Happy holidays from everyone at Alumni Hall, the ultimate Vol shopping experience. And now let's get back to another award-winning, action-packed episode of Garza Law, Tennessee basketball overtime. It is award-winning. It is action-packed. It's better than that Monday Night Football game it's currently on, where the fancy Cowboys are found somebody they can beat. You talk about just some bad teams in that league. The Raiders are one of them. Shout out to CC Hoops, who sends his regards. He was going to be in with us tonight, but he had to get back because he has to get back with some get back. The TLD Logistics phone lines are open at 865-200-5402 as the Vols improved to 4-0 on the year. And I think one of the questions of the early season is what's going to happen at 2-guard, and Nega Dave's already come to the conclusion that there are no answers. Matt, I'm not sure if that's the case. I don't believe that there are no answers at 2-guard.
Well, no, you can't make that statement this early, and I think he made it after that Duke game. You certainly need some scoring there and a scoring threat there most of the time on the floor to where you can space the floor. Berg tonight was pretty good. He proved he can maybe be that guy as kind of a catch and shoot guy. For maybe 15 or 20 minutes a night, he could be that. And if you get 2 or 3 threes from him, Gillespie and Amen, if they can be scoring threats from outside, especially Gillespie, you can kind of maneuver around that and then have Boswell or Abrams or whoever be kind of a defensive type stopper there. But Dave's right, and you need some scoring and a scoring threat there. But it's way too early to say that you definitely don't have one. You have to develop something there, which you have a deep enough team to where you can probably figure that out.
And you have a whole season to do that. And also, I think, despite what people want to think, this Ament guy can shoot the basketball from range. That's why he's compared to Kevin Durant. That's where the Durant comparisons come from. He's got the ability to shoot the ball. Now, he's had a rough start here, but the sample size is really small. The minutes played are small. When they amp it up in competition and he gets amped up and gets his lather up and gets his juices flowing against the better competition, you'll see this kid get better and better and better as the year goes along, and I expect he'll be one of the better players in the country before it's over. And you'll see him take this team, put this team on his shoulders in certain games. But let's go back to the phones at 865-200-5402. And a declaration of this guy can't shoot is just it's an ignorant thing to say. But everybody's entitled to their opinion. That's just an ignorant opinion. Because that's just not. Rick Barnes, they wouldn't have gone after him the way they did. He wouldn't talk about him. And my sources that see him all the time in practice wouldn't talk about him the way they do. This guy can really shoot a basketball. And we'll see that once he gets more and more comfortable as we go. Hello and welcome in as the Vols win 99-61 over Rice and the Rice Handler. Hi, you're on the air. Welcome in.
Hey, Tony. It's David Ackworth.
Hey, Ackworth.
Hey, you guys. Hey, I thought Bob Lanier's team was pretty well coached. I was really impressed with their defensive pressure, especially on the perimeter. And I tell you what, I think Rick ought to keep his eye on that little Carroll kid, that guard. Might be a nice addition to next year's team. The transfer portal. That kid can really shoot it.
Well, I mean that is one of the things you do if you're Tennessee. Yep. You're always scouting your opponent.
Yep. I don't know how Bob Lanier would feel about that, but like you said, and I tell you, I'm going to say it again, second game in a row. I'm a little bit of a bandwagon fan here, but I think Abrams has learned one thing, and I think he's learned that he can get on the court and stay on the court by playing defense. And this is the second game in a row. I think he's played really good defense.
That's a good point, man.
And go ahead.
No, that's a good point because that will keep you on the floor. That will keep you on the floor.
I think he's still a little bit of he's definitely a work in progress on the offensive end. I think he's trying to figure out where to fit in. Mm-hmm. He had that one play where he kind of took it to the lane and tried to pass it, and I don't know who he was passing to, but somebody down low, and that person wasn't looking for the pass, and Barnes took him out right at that point. Mm-hmm. I have a feeling Barnes probably wanted him to take that onto the hole instead of trying to do a lob pass. But again, I think that's one of those things where you just it's one of those things he's working, trying to figure out the best approach to on the offensive end. But I really like his defense, and he was a big part of that kid going over 16.
He was all over him. Yeah, we were talking about that. He, I like the headband personally.
Yes.
But the energy that he plays with, he was on the floor for 22 minutes, and he got the start tonight, which is pretty interesting that he got the start.
Yeah. That's a reflection of his defense in the game before, in my opinion. That's exactly
don't doubt that.
Was.
I don't doubt that.
Yeah, and I'm glad he realizes that and is doing that, because I think he's gonna. Everybody was concerned about the kid who's hurt right now. That everybody thinks, well, he really can't. That he's a defensive player on the perimeter. I think that Abrams can take that kid's place, and that way you're not relying on him to play significant minutes come SEC time. But I just we haven't really talked about it much, but Parra played a great game. I just love his energy tonight was fantastic. Mm-hmm. I'm a little concerned that they're not getting Brown much minutes here early. I know Carey definitely played it better tonight, mm-hmm. but what do y'all think about that? Because I'm a little surprised with what we've seen from Brown that he's not getting he's not getting some more minutes early in games. What do y'all think,
Matt? What's your take? Brown only played 10 tonight.
Yeah, I mean you've got a lot of depth on your front court. You're gonna need it over the course of the season, whether it's injuries, foul trouble, guys going in and out. I mean, it's good to have those options, and some nights it's just going to work out where a guy doesn't get as many minutes as he probably deserves. They let Akpara play a bunch.
Yeah.
I guess they really wanted to get him going scoring was probably an emphasis from the coaches.
They wanted to get Carey in there too, I'd say.
And Carey gave you some good minutes, so and they probably want to get him going too. I mean, he got off to a really slow start at Vandy last year as well, and just kind of really got better and was at his best in league play. So I'm not worried about him. But it's a good point. I mean, you'd like to see him get more minutes in a game like this.
Yeah, and I guess it's just going to be a situation. You went with the hot hand with Akpara, so that may have greatly affected his minutes.
Yeah,
because Akpara came out hot from the very beginning, and you don't want to. I'm kind of glad that you don't take him out when he's playing well. So I guess that's a good thing, and maybe Carey's gotten a little bit of a fire under him seeing Brown play so well, because he certainly looks like he's a different player than he was in the Duke game and in some of those earlier games. So,
yeah, he had a spring in his step tonight.
It's a good sign.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, guys.
Thank you. And I think the one thing these guys do is reach kids. I do think that's the case, and they'll grow their team. Then it'll come down to preference. Who do we prefer, and then how do they play these combinations? Because they're going to have a ton of options, and then it's going to come down to. That's all those geeks behind the bench that sit back there, try to figure out who goes with whom and who matches best with whom and who will play off whom better and how any of that goes. But, I tell you this about Akpara, and Matt, you talked about it. I liked his passing tonight and the way he was seeing the floor and helping the guards and kicking it back out. For a couple free balls. Yeah, it's nice.
They both had a couple of nice passes.
It's good basketball.
Kind of a wrinkle we've not seen from previous Barnes teams.
Totally agree.
It's definitely a work in progress team, and the last couple you were kind of set. But everybody already had roles going into the year. You didn't really have much you were trying to develop throughout the season. This is kind of a unique challenge for Barnes to do that, and hopefully he can figure that out.
It's a brand new team, Matt. They brought 3 holdovers back, and they got 9 new players, essentially, and they got to figure it out. And the good thing is, look, if you go to Vegas and you get roughed up, you go 0-2, or you go, you're going to 1-2, you play 3 or 4 games, whatever it is, because the format there is not, it's not, what's the term I'm looking for? It's not bracketed. It's dependent on how you play in your first 2 games and then who you play next. It's interesting the way they do that. But it's like a who's who field out there. So back to our phones we go. One thing about Brown, who Ackworth talked about, is the guy's got a great future, man. He can really play. And they are, again, he was a surprise. He's no longer a surprise. But I think you're going to take these games and try to find some answers, because I think he's a guy who is going to be in the rotation one way or the other. As we go back to the phones, get our next call in on your TLD Logistics phone line. Hi, welcome in. You're on Garza Law, Tennessee Basketball Overtime. Hi.
Hey, what's up, Tom? It's Lee, bud.
Hey, Lee. Welcome in, bro.
That players era thing, you play the first 2 games, it's sort of like pool play. They got them divided into 2 groups.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's 9 teams in each group. And after those first 2 days, they look at your record as then there's tiebreakers. What's interesting is after your record, whether or not you're 2-0, 1-1, or 0-2, they rank you by point differential, like points scored and then points allowed.
Mm-hmm.
And you get a rating, and then you play the team on the opposite group that has your same rating the next day. So, if you finish 2-0 at the top of your group, you'll play the 1 seed in the other group on that third day for the championship game. If that makes sense.
Yeah. So everybody's kind of tiered or pulled or whatever.
Yeah, but the interesting thing is point differential can come into play. If you're beating somebody, you kind of want to run it up.
Okay.
Which is kind of interesting, but.
Lee, watching these guys, I don't know if that's going to be an issue. These guys running it up, they're having trouble covering spreads here for what that's worth.
Yeah, these spreads are kind of crazy, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Yeah, I mean, you're talking about, you're like 30-point spreads every night. It's kind of ridiculous, but that's college basketball. Everybody's sort of figured out this system, and like if you're going to play these like, quad 4 teams, you really need to try to run it up.
Yeah.
So it helps you. Otherwise you're better off just playing a Division II team, and it doesn't even count to some degree. But anyway, no, I was going to say, first people mentioned the defense. Like, I'm really not too worried about the defense. Defense is down everywhere. With every team has like 90% new players, and nobody's playing defense right now. Everybody's just trying to figure it out. Scoring's way up everywhere. I don't think anybody's playing defense. This staff is known for like legendary game plans once they start scheming for teams, and once we get into conference play. So I'm not too. I'm pretty sure that they're not like they're not scouting, drawing up defensive game plans for Rice. So.
But they did. They took that Lee. They did a number on that Broadnax kid. That said, though.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
I mean, they basically said to their team, "We know him, and he's not going to do it tonight. So you're going to figure somebody else going to have to do this here."
But no, I thought they played really well tonight. I like the big man passing stuff. Like that stuff's fun. It's different. I like that stuff a lot. Like I know some people were kind of throwing Carey out. I definitely would not do that. Like Carey played a ton of minutes, has a lot of experience from last year in like the best league that's ever existed in college basketball. Like he's a player, man. He's going to be really important. I just think with how many different guys we got, it's going to be different guys every night underneath the basket. I think having good games and yeah, but yeah, don't throw that guy out, man. He's going to be really important to us.
And the by committee thing, the thing that's interesting about him though, and you know how Barnes is, when you come in a little bit out of shape, you got to get out of his doghouse and get back into, I don't know if the good terms, good graces even holds, if that's even accurate, because that's probably a little harsh to even put it that way. But there's very little doubt in my mind that Carey guy can play because he abused us twice last year, to your point.
Yeah, and from what I understand about him is he's a pretty mentally tough guy. Like, he's not going to, like, oh, Barnes doesn't like me, I'm just going to sit down here and pout. Like, that's not him. So I'm not too much worried about him. The other thing, I can trust. I mean, I can definitely shoot the ball. I'm not worried about that.
I mean, give me a break. Of course he can. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know why you're comparing him to Auburn. You might want to take a look at Tahad Pettiford's, like, three-point shooting stats for the year. He's shooting like 20%. That's not really the comparison you want to make.
Yeah, Dave.
Just saying. But, yeah, and as far as, like, Houston, yeah, we can definitely play with Houston. I mean, Houston's really, really good. They're not going to be as good now as they are at the end of the year, but, yeah, that's going to be a great game, man. Like, they're starting 2 freshmen that are really freaking good. Otherwise, Sampson doesn't put 2 freshmen in his lineup. But yeah, I mean, that's going to be a really good game, man. I can't wait for that next week. I love this team. Like, I love the makeup. It's a lot different than what it was the last couple of years with the big man, and hopefully Estrella is okay. I mean, that's obviously a big deal. But
and
it's good to see him come back out.
Speaking of which, and Lee, thank you, man. Great talking to you.
Buddy.
Yeah, Good talking to you, Lee. When we come back, I want to get to exactly what Rick Barnes had to say about J.P. Estrella, because that is a huge little something to leave you with, for all of us to leave with before we depart for the evening. It's Garza Law, Tennessee Basketball Overtime. And if there's any action on the TLD Logistics phone lines, we'll hit it after this. Going to get you back momentarily to this exciting, action-packed episode of Garza Law, Tennessee Basketball Overtime, presented by my man, Marcos Garza, and your Garza Law firm, online at garzalaw.com. Whatever you need in matters of law, they've got you covered at the Garza Law firm, online at garzalaw.com. Pop over there. They're available 24/7 at garzalaw.com. Also, shout out to our friends at Calhoun's. They are, ladies and gentlemen, the taste of Tennessee. Remember, the Feed the Family for the holidays. Holiday packs are available for you, for you. Special shout out, ladies and gentlemen, to my friends at VIP Play. You bet $20, you get $100 in bonus bets instantly. The promo code and the phrase that pays is TN Tony. Again, TN Tony. VIP Play live always. 200 plus leagues, numerous bet types, props, options. If you have a bet in mind and you can't find it on your book, check out VIP Play, because everybody gets treated like a VIP over at VIP Play. Gambling problem, 800-889-9789. 21 and over, located in the state of Tennessee to place a bet. Shout out to our friends at Connexial, Knoxville's own transportation logistics tech company. Proud sponsor of the My20 Drive of the Game. What's it gonna be tonight? Or have we announced it already? Connexial, your transportation platform as a service, revolutionizing your trucking industry nationwide. The goal is to help your fleet be more efficient, make drivers, make our roads safer, take control of your fleet, improve your safety scores, and make drivers happy. Shout out to Wichita Ken, Kristen, and the whole gang. They will treat you like family, because they are family. KONEXIAL.com. KONEXIAL.com. Speaking of family, the guy that keeps it insured here in the Rainier studio is Josh Collins. Through Erie Insurance, everything from pillar to post in here, our entire setup is insured through Josh Collins and Erie Insurance. You will experience the Collins Insurance difference online at collinsinsuranceTN.com. And when it's time for us to go for dose, we don't go for trace, we go for dose. We reach for an ice-cold Dos Equis. Dos Equis Lager Especial, the Golden Pilsner style beer made from the choice of hops. A balanced composition, smooth, clean finish. Party guest, always invited, never overstays his or her welcome. A Golden Pilsner style beer, nuanced blend of malts and earth tones. You gotta taste it to believe that. Go for Dos Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York. And a special shout out to my friends at Performance Medicine. How do we keep these hours? How do you do it, Tony? How you're just crazy. I mean, it's nuts. You're working so hard. I don't know about all that, but I'll tell you this right now. My friends at Performance Medicine, you want to take control of your wellness? You want personalized health solutions that'll fit your life? You want an approach to medicine that puts you first? You want comprehensive, proactive solutions empowering you to achieve optimal health on your terms? You want Performance Medicine. Online at performancemedicine.net, and check out their YouTube channel over at Performance Medicine. And now, without further ado, let's get you back to today's edition of Garza Law, Tennessee Basketball Overtime. And before we leave you, I want to just touch on the Estrella injury, which occurred about 2 minutes into the second half. Very scary. It was hard to tell from the camera angle. I went back and watched it 3 or 4 times and couldn't really determine what it was. Rick Barnes had the following to say, Brian Hartman, post-game. I'm sorry, Brian. Let me unmute you. Start all over again, Brian. My bad. Operator error. Go ahead, Brian.
Hopefully it's just a hyperextension. We all know how hard he worked to come back from that foot injury. There's nobody here anybody is pulling for more than that guy. And he also said, all I know is it's a left leg injury. We'll see more tomorrow. It looked like it hyperextended. We'll know more tomorrow.
So it sounds to me, and I'm not going to play a doctor, but just my years of being around this stuff and talking to various people that are, you've got to let the swelling dissipate before you can go in there and get a good image of it and see structurally what's going on. It sounds to me like they don't think it's anything season-ending or anything significant. That said, do we see him Thursday? I don't think so. Do we see him in Vegas? I don't know. I'm not a doctor. Hope so. But I'm not
We
a doctor.
definitely won't see him Thursday.
Yeah.
There's no need. There's no need to risk anything against Tennessee State.
And will you see him in Vegas? I mean, with his injury history, yeah, I'm not here to start anything, but I wouldn't bet on him playing in Vegas right now. I wouldn't bet on him not playing, but I certainly wouldn't bet on him playing. Any final thoughts, gentlemen, on the way out? It's been a lot of fun tonight, chopping it up with you guys. And Matt, love the pleasant surprise of you being in here after a Rice game.
I want you to encourage everyone to turn on Fox Sports 1. You can see Yak play for Oregon State. That's YAAK Yaak. That's his name.
And don't talk back.
Yak.
Don't talk back. Yak. What is what? Can I guess? Yak.
Enjoy that one, Brian.
Is Yak?
Let us know the score tomorrow on the Daily Show.
Is that
I'll
a
keep
big
Dixie
man?
update. I'll send you text, Dixie.
Is Yak a big man?
Yes, he is.
Yeah. Matt, are you betting on or against seeing Estrella in Vegas?
Oh, I'd bet against that.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, I think that's probably at best case scenario. That's a 2 or 3 week, deal where he's sidelined. Yeah, it sounds like he avoided like major injury.
Yeah,
but again, you just never know. And a guy with his injury history, it's tough to see him back anytime soon.
As a Sixer fan, I hold my breath every time something happens with Joel Embiid. And I find myself, when I watch Estrella on the floor, he's like the college version of that. Some guys, man, their bodies just don't cooperate. And the sad thing for him is you can tell how hard he's worked. You can see the form he was already in. You can see that if his body will just cooperate, he's going to have a great season this year. And he is a fun player to watch because he plays the game below the rim, above the rim. He can shoot it. He can take you off the dribble. He can do a little bit of everything. He's pretty good on defense. I mean, he's a great basketball player. I would love to see him, if he never had injury one, what he would look like. It's no wonder they were so high on him coming out of high school when he came out of New England. I mean, he's just a hell of a player. Any other final thoughts for us, guys? Thank you, gentlemen. It's incredible. Matt, talk to you tomorrow on the Chow. Matt, on the way out, your thoughts on James Franklin at Virginia Tech, and should we start sending some smoke signals their way for getting the band back together with Tim Banks?
Yeah, Tim Banks. Tim Banks
Pry.
over Bob Shoop, I'm sure.
Yep.
So
Banks
of
over
course, the
Shoop.
guy the Brent Pry that they fired was a former Franklin DC too. So you can't bring him back. So
there you go.
Tim Banks to Virginia. That's one of those that's probably a really good move for both sides.
Yes.
Virginia Tech gets a really good head coach who's going to get some players and win some of the in-state recruiting battles.
Yeah, it's a great hire.
Franklin gets to go to a place where there's a path to success and a path to the playoffs without a ton of the expectations. So
I mean, talk.
It could wind up being the best hire of the cycle, depending on what other schools do. But it's a really good move for him and Virginia Tech.
We'll really get into it tomorrow, but I think it's
that Kiffin deal's crazy down there, unreal,
dude. Matt, when your family is visiting Gainesville and LSU in the same day, I mean, that is some Tennessee level 2017-ish, my friend, that's going on right now. Do you love?
Do you believe
SEC football?
Do you believe they really went down there to Baton Rouge?
Yes,
because I don't.
Yeah, there's pictures of them.
Yes, Brian, I do. I do believe that because I was talking to people tonight about it, and they said, and Gainesville, the family went on a world tour today. Total circus. And I got time for it. And Ole Miss has told Lane Kiffin, according to people I talked to, that if you take one of those jobs, you're not coaching for us in the playoffs. So I'll give Ole Miss credit because they don't know who they are. And you have to kind of admire that. In a twisted sort of way, I kind of admire little Ole Miss saying, screw you. If you're going to take a job, get out of here. Because you're not going to coach our team in the playoff, the team you built. It's pretty next level. Brian, Matt, thank you. John Adams will be in here, oh my God, in like 11 and a half hours. I just had a cold sweat here. Give me fever.
Dino Adams.
See you, Brian. Thanks. I want to thank Matt Dixon and Brian Hartman. And shout out to C tonight who couldn't be with us. Till we meet again, I want to thank Marcos Garza and your Garza Law Firm online at garzalaw.com. Incredible. And the TLD Logistics phone lines, are now closed. We'll see you in the morning. Check out the blog. We have a couple thousand words up there for you, including Matt's Gamer, looking back, and some thoughts he has on the Tennessee season thus far. Get ready for some positivity tomorrow because Brian Hartman says you might think you know about Tennessee and Florida down there, but what you don't know, you don't know. And what you don't know, you might not know. And we'll talk about that tomorrow. But in the meantime, I love you. I appreciate you. I support you. And have a great night and good basketball. GBO. All right. All right, all right, all right, all right, as Nick DiGilio would say. Okay, so let's see. How am I going to do this here? All right, all right, all right, all right. Okay, for those of you in your car, if you missed any portions of tonight, to the M, to the D, returns one more time on Garza Law, Tennessee basketball overtime. Matt, how did it feel to hang with the basketball Vols on a Monday night, my friend?
Pretty good. Good to be back on, treating it like a March game, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
But no, it's a really good performance by Tennessee, took care of business. Inferior competition, shut down the opponent's best player, which happens a number of times, especially in these early season non-conference games where they really game plan to shut a guy down and the guy just couldn't make any shots. But a really good performance all around. Ament was really good. Gillespie really good. Agpara, got some scoring going. Jalen Carey gave you some really good minutes, especially in the first half. Berg hit some threes. So about as complete a game as you can ask for.
The Vols looked, dare I say, like they're rounding in the form almost. For the first time tonight, that collection of players looked like a basketball team, if anybody knows what I'm saying.
We need to worry about, hopefully, Estrella's not hurt too bad.
Oh, that was awful, man.
So that's what we're waiting on.
Scary stuff with Estrella. Let's go to the phones. 865-200-5402. It's Garza Law, Tennessee basketball overtime presented by Marcos Garza, your Garza Law firm. Matt Dixon's in the house. Yeah, when Estrella went down, I'm over here holding my breath, feeling so terribly